Shalom everyone, Rabbi Eric Solomon, Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm at Beth Meyer Synagogue doing the Torah from my office today for Morning Torah. So listen, the Torah portion is called Shlach Lecha. It's famous for the sending of the spies to the land of Israel to determine whether it's going to be possible for us to take it over, to conquer it. Moshe sends Caleb and Yoshua, and the 12 spies, 10 of them stay. Famously, we can't do it. The people are huge. We're like grasshoppers in their eyes. We're like very small. And only Caleb and Joshua say, no, we can do it. Let's do it. Now, there are many different reads on this about self-image and, perception, having faith, being confident. Tov. I want to talk here about division amongst the people, right? I mean, this shows, if we haven't had before, we have division in our people. We're going to hear about in Korach coming. I mean, our people from the beginning, this idea that we are united or we are one, I mean, it's a good striving, but in general, we have been divided and struggling and different, see the same set of facts and see a different reality as one Israelite people or Jewish people or Am Yisrael or Hebrew people forever. And this is a perfect example. I want to tell you my favorite stories about how to deal with some of that division religiously, when there are religious differences. One of my teachers, Rabbi Levi Lauer, who had a deep influence on me when I was only even 19 years old when I first met him. And he was raised, he became a Reform rabbi, eventually made Aliyah, and practiced essentially, I don't know what he practices to this day, but he became something like a modern Orthodox practicer of Judaism in Israel. I remember he told me a story I'll never forget. He was sharing it with us about he had married a woman, Aliyah Shalom, his wife, I believe her name was Chaya, who's no longer in this world, who I think grew up Orthodox or more traditional. And if I remember correctly, she had a relative, maybe even her own brother or brother-in-law, who was Haredi, ultra-Orthodox. And he told the story that whenever he'd invite this family over to his house, even though he practiced traditional, he basically was become an Orthodox Jew. His family practiced Orthodox Judaism. Compared to ultra-Orthodox, and because he was raised, non-Orthodox, he was not seen as good enough. So when he came over to have like a meal or hang out, this brother-in-law would never eat in their house. All he would do is, with a paper cup, drink water from the tap. And I remember saying, like, wasn't it offensive to you? Like, how'd you handle that? Taught a beautiful teaching, how to look at division. He said, listen, my brother-in-law was very pious, very observant, very serious about his religious practice. He kept kosher to a T. He kept the Shabbat to a T, Pesach to it, everything, halacha. But he also kept other mitzvot, like love your neighbor as yourself. He gave tzedakah and charity at the highest standard. He honored his parents. And what he said he learned from that basically is he has no issue if someone keeps a very, very makpid, strong, strict practice of ritual commandments, as long as they are consistent with those practices in the moral and ethical commandments too. That's what's critical. Some people say to me, this person thinks they're so religious or pious or they do things. Same thing with bar mitzvah parties. People say, this family spends so much money on their party. What I say is that I don't care. Sei gesund. Enjoy your party, your wedding. You should enjoy the simcha of this moment, as long as you match that joy and investment of that financial support into charity for the poor, or for the Jewish community, or for the world. That you're committed as much to the ritual or whatever you do in one side as you are to helping other people. Sometimes it's very easy in some ways to be very kosher for Pesach, and not kosher in Lashon Hara, and how evil speech. So I bring this back to say, we've been divided. The question is, if you're divided on issues of integrity, are you integrity-filled in your division? That's what Levi Lauer taught me, and that's why I still help this very day. We have our differences, but may we have integrity in our differences. Shabbat Shalom.